Good morning, Kroger, and welcome to PTR Baler and Compactor.
PTR Baler and Compactor is a fourth-generation family-owned company. We're here in our Port Richmond facility. In a moment, we'll be taking a trip down to Plant City, Florida to review our operations down there. PTR employs 280 employees. In this facility, we manufacture stationary compactors, self-contained compactors, vertical balers, and vertical compactors, as well as cart dumpers. We're going to take a walk through the lines, really look and dig in to see what separates us from our competition in terms of quality and value. We started actually right down the street in a much smaller facility. This facility is about 120,000 square feet. If you look up on the ceiling, you'll see an overhead crane. For many years, that was the main focus of our business. We built overhead cranes for NASA, the Defense Department. We built the crane that lifts the booster rocket for the space shuttle. So really a tradition of quality, which has really lasted since and started in 1907 and obviously evolves today. One thing that we talked about was quality control. As these units go through the line, every person has to sign off on their operation. Then that operation is obviously checked by the next person up the line. So we have a very strong inline inspection process, which obviously helps us with our quality and obviously allowing the machine to be perfect when it gets out into the field. This is an example of one of our finished units. This is a PT350, a 35-yard self-contained. All PTR compactors are UL and ETL certified. You can see in this case the doghouse is already mounted and the unit's being packed and ready for shipment. So we have 5 degreed engineers, mechanical engineers on our staff. And those engineers, as we said before, work on a lot of different options. In this case, obviously depending on what kind of lift system you need, whether the understructure needs, special hoppers, really whatever your application is, we have the engineering capabilities to provide it and make sure the surveys are done correctly and your customers are going to be completely satisfied. This is our vertical baler line. You can see the start of it here on a conveyor system. These kits will be then moved up through our robotic welding area, which we'll take a look at in a moment. This is our robotic welder. It welds 7 different pieces for us, basically. In this case, it's welding a baler ram. And interestingly, when we bought this robot about 3 years ago, its position in the floor was all the way at the other end of the plant. One of the things that I think makes our company stronger is getting the ideas of all of our people. We put a lot of quality teams together. What we did was when we put the quality team together with the men on the floor for the robot, what they told us was the actual location should be right here. That the location that we actually had selected initially was not right because of the flow of the factory. And actually it was through those ideas and so many thousands of others that really has helped us maintain our leadership position in our industry. This robotic welder can weld in a fraction of the time what was taking to weld a lot of our operations for obviously a lot of our manual welders here in the plant. This is the final inspection area for our vertical balers. Similar to the compactors, all of our vertical balers are ETL and UL approved.
One of our main projects this year is to develop smart technology for our balers. One of the knocks in our industry has been the vertical baler, for example, which recycles cardboards, plastics, light aluminum, has not evolved much from a technology standpoint over the last 30 years. We're developing a product now with capabilities to have wireless transmission of service calls to a provider, also weigh the bales as the bales come out of the machine, and then have that basically sent to either a recycler or to the end user, showing them how many bales the machine has produced, what is the weight of the bale, and any service issues which may come up on the machine. That's really a breakthrough because the way the industry operates now is that recyclers really tell the end user how many bales the machines are making and what their weights are, and there's not a lot of knowledge on the end user side. Now, this machine will enable everyone to have that information, the end user and the recycler, so there's no confusion on bale counts and weights.
This is our shipping area. Variety of units here prepared and ready to go, self-contained stationary compactors. We see about 60 tractor trailer trucks a week coming in, shipping units throughout the United States.
One of the really exciting parts of our business right now is our service expansion. So what we're doing is, obviously, this is our new truck. This has been fully equipped, carrying about $12,000 worth of inventory. This particular truck will leave tomorrow for Miami.
Now let's take a trip down to sunny Florida and look at PTR Plant City operations.
One of our major investments from last year was we doubled the size of our Plant City operation. So Plant City, when we initially started, was just manufacturing stationary compactors. We expanded it to self-contained compactors within about a year, and then last year we doubled the size of the facility. So we're actually now doing 10 self-contains per week, and we have the opportunity to do a lot more as we grow. Property consists of 7 additional acres, which we can use for development, and we actually already have a third expansion plan if we want to do that in the future. The purpose of Plant City really has been to look at it as a commodity, more of a basic compactor manufacturing facility without a lot of engineering required. So our units that are pretty cut and dry for customers like Costco, Publix, Walmart, distribution centers which don't require a lot of options would be built in Plant City, while Philadelphia compactors will be more dedicated to custom engineered products with cart dumpers and a lot of options that are a lot more sophisticated.